All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all good, and today I hope you guys can see my cursor. Probably, I hope you were seeing it because yesterday I was able to test that. So let me see some confirmation from your side that you guys are good and are able to see my cursor. I hope you guys can see it in the charts there. Alright, so I'm waiting for your confirmation, and then we go ahead. If there's something still missing, I'll be able to change it, but for now, from my side, I can see the cursor. I don't know if you guys can see the cursor, so I want to check with you on that. As I said, some things here. Crash 500. Good morning. Good morning once again to everyone, and those joining us for the first time, welcome to Dan Scott Traders Hub. And of course, we are always here Monday to Friday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. East African time. So that's what we do. That's how we do it every week, Monday to Friday. Then I talked about I talked about recently. I talked about 1 to 2 p.m. So we'll be doing that every Tuesday and Friday. Every Tuesday and Friday, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. East African time. That's it, I think. So do I have a confirmation that you guys are getting actually are seeing the cursor? All right, thank you, it's visible. All right, that's what I wanted. So now let's jump into it. Crash 500. Crash 500. All right, crash 500 there. So we started yesterday from that, and we said we'll be looking for a breakout from within this range, because it was showing us it is consolidating within this range. That as our resistance above, and this was our support, and we can see we had a breakout there that actually right now it has given us a pin bar, and it has gone into that. I think that's a fair value gap on a daily. Yeah, it has gone to that fair value gap on a daily. And those who remember, if I can put this here, those who remember, we had anticipated that we would actually wait for this to come back, and you can see now that it is in that fair value gap. It's a clean buy now. It's a clean sort of buy right after giving us this pin bar, and even going all the way into half of almost closing it, closing it, that fair value gap. We are now good. If I can remove this, we'll be able to see that candle. It almost closed the whole fair value gap there. So that means we are good for the buys. We are good for the buys right now, as I see it. We are good for buys. What have I done? Okay, so it's fine. So now that we are good for buys, okay, I may leave this for just in case. I had put my buy limits. We had 2 levels. This was the first level. The first buy limits were taken, and we took some money here, but then it started to consolidate. It came back yesterday down below to this fair value gap again. Now it entered inside. The other time it only touched it, and that was not enough, because it just touching it, it was only on that 50% only, but now it has gone through. So we will just give it some little more. Right now we can see that according to CCI, we can see that price hasn't reached oversold yet. According to daily, price is retracing, is still retracing. It gives you some indication that we may see price actually continue. So this I can read it now. We may see actually price continue a bit more to even this level. We may see price continue a bit more even to that level. So for now, I would want to wait. From what I've just seen, I would love to wait to see how the day closes, because it may show me that pin bar, but later on continue to sell. You understand? So, and if it continues to sell, it's not going to exceed this order block here. This is an H4 order block, and once it reaches this H4 order block, we are clearly seeing that it will be already oversold there, which will be confirming our buy entries there. So what do we do now? Let's go to H1. H1 is a clear buy, but still I wouldn't go for that. you will wait for a retracement to make an entry on H1. Then that will be a short one, because if I was to use Fibonacci, you would see that we wouldn't exceed this level here. That's this resistance here. We wouldn't exceed that. Then it comes back down again, because H4 is still selling. So anyone who wants to enter buys, you can only go back for buys up to that level and then sell it the more, because it's still selling. It's still selling according to H4 and according to daily. So I wouldn't rush for any unnecessary entries for the buyers currently, because you may you may face it rough, if I may use that word. Yeah, you may face it rough. Yeah. So right here, you guys, we don't have an entry because it has already left us, and most of the times we don't enter such trades. We want to enter trades that have shown us potential to continue, and then they make a retest. So if they make a retest and the retest fails to give us a new lower low, then we have our entries for the buys. But currently we have no entry for the buy to take us there, so we wait for that to happen, or we just leave it. We wait for the sales here and we continue with our sales as usual. So the reason why even the sale may be confirmed on H1 is because if I use my crosshair tool here, you will see that that's a break of structure here. This is our previous lower low there, and now we've made a new lower low down below here. So meaning we are going to retrace and then come back for make a new higher low there, then come down to make a new lower low, as we are planning probably to get back to this order block on H4 that we've seen there, and then we'll have a clean buy entry for us to take us for so long, Those who remember, I said we'll be looking for a retracement for the daily. So it reaches here, then gets into the buys, then it fails to break that, then it fails to break through that, or it breaks through and goes to that level, because we are waiting for those who remember the analysis from all the way day 1, episode 1. We are waiting for the analysis, for the market to reach that level according to the weekly, and then we start to sell, because on the weekly we are supposed to be selling. Let me zoom in, you see that. That's what we are anticipating. We are anticipating that. But from what I see, we may not reach there actually. We may have a pullback back to this level here and then come down below, or we may actually go inside there in this very order block, on that very order block, and then we call it we see our long week to bring us all the way back into the sales, because we are selling according to the weekly and the daily. Of course, that's it. So for now, those who love entering C500, really you would want to wait for a confirmation H1. Let's minimize it a bit. Not really. I would wait for it still. I would wait for it on this whole order block. Anyway, after giving us a high, we can use Fibonacci to understand where we can actually make our entries from when it is coming back. So for now, I'll just leave it at H1 and we just wait for it to return, actually to finish making the high. Then we can now look for where we can make our entries from for the buy to take us up there. All right, that is C500. Now let's jump to boom 1,000. Let's jump to boom 1,000. Boom 1,000. about Boom 1000? Any comments there? Morning, Yasin. Good morning, Alois. Good morning, Mose. All right. Now let's go back into our charts. Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So Boom 1000 currently, we can see that something is making my internet buffer. Something is making my internet buffer. Okay, I think I can delete this. So first close this. All right. See what else. Close this. What else? I think that's it. This should not be making it buffer. Okay, right now. All right, so from this other side, Boom 1000, those who remember yesterday's analysis, we were waiting for something like that, and I didn't catch the entry properly. I entered first entry there and made other I had put actually buy limits. I put buy limits because I found it had already left going at that side. It was around here, I think, when I put the buy limits. So I put my 3 buy limits, one there, and another one here, so that when it comes on a higher time frame, they activate. My limits are activated, and currently they are activated for the buys. And now H4 is this is sort of a pullback, because this analysis here, this W was on H1 and M15, if you can see it clearly. So anyone who made the entry yesterday according to how we had planned it, you made money all the way up there. You made that money. But now what we are looking at, I can now delete these two and delete this. Now after deleting that, you can now see that according to H4, actually now we are now anticipating the same thing that we anticipated on H1 and M15, and it's sort of giving it to us in a few. Just wait for this candle to close. If I was to use fib, normally, you guys know I normally love to use fib. I will show you that this would be where we are supposed to take the trade from. That level there, that's a discount level. We have a high there, we have a low here, and then yeah, this is where the discount level is. And I'm not sure, let's see, is it going to come to that order block? It may not, but it may not, just because we don't see any fair value gap that order block actually gave us. So we may not see it actually come down below, but we just wait. It may not. We wait. If it does that, still we'll be having our entries there, and you guys can still wait for more confirmation, probably on M15. So on M15 and H1, you get a confirmation of entry for the buys, and then you have your clean buy entry. Of course, CCI is showing on H1 as if we had to sell, but we are following H4 here. H4, we are looking at buys. D1, we are selling, but the reason why we cannot look for sales now is because it can't move in a straight line. So we are according to D1. H4, it will be a buy, a clean buy there, but daily it will be a pullback. So you need to know that you are trading a pullback. when you're entering this asset. All right, of course weekly we are selling, we are buying. According to weekly we are buying, so this was sort of a pullback, and those who remember, we are waiting to buy from this level, to make our entries from this level, the buy entries. We are waiting to enter the buy entries from this very level, according to the weekly. That is according to the weekly. So whatever we do, we need to understand that we have a longer kind of plan, a longer time frame plan, and that is a weekly time frame, and that's what we'll be waiting for. So for now, I just wait to see how it plays out according to H1, according to H4, so because now I'm following H4 time frame. All right, now we jump to V101S. Yes, good morning Eunice, good morning Grona. Okay, so now let's jump to V101S. Volatility 10-1, all right. So this one, we made money yesterday. The first TP was here, as you can see, and my two, let me show you, that was a TP there. It was hit. Those who remember yesterday's trade, remember V10, yesterday's trade, that thing was hit. And you guys, I remember sharing all these screenshots with you, telling you that entries on at hand, and I had even entered. I told you I had even entered there, because I shared this. This is what we were waiting for. After the breakout there, a retest, and that's how we entered this trade. Of course, the first one I entered when it was late, then it later made this other a retest, then I made another entry there. Currently I'm left with one position, looking at a TP there. That's another TP there, but the first TP was hit. Those who made entries here, let me see some hands, or some guys who made an entry there. Did anyone make an entry on V10? Did anyone make an entry on V10? If you did, let me see some comments there that you made some money yesterday on V10. But yeah, we made money yesterday, and currently I'm still having one position, and that position already, the stop loss is in profits. This is the stop loss, it is in profits. I can even bring it lower, but I can just leave it here just in case, so that it is not taken out quickly. Let me see on H4. Let me just take this out. See on H4. Yeah, so it's a clean. Okay, there's a fair value gap here. This is fair value gap. We are making what? According to daily, we are moving in a buy trend. So now I'd rather use now Fibonacci to understand where I should take my profits from. Yeah, I still have some good time there. I can even increase it to that. Later on it will all go all that way, but my TP level was best. I don't want to change my plans now. Just leave it there. Just leave it there. All right, so that's what I'll be waiting for. We've already made some money there yesterday. Did anyone make? Let's see. Yeah, Eunice made. Felix didn't enter. Good morning, Dennis. Welcome. welcome. Okay, congrats Eunice for making money on V10, and those who followed whatever I shared on the chat on the group, I believe you made money. So right now, do you guys who never entered, do you have an entry? Not really. You don't have an entry currently. You have an entry on retest. On retest, where it is, we may see a one candle retest after. Actually, the coming candle, it may be a retest candle. So we may see that retest, sort of short retest there. I think I can confirm that on lower time frame when we come and see. And then you make your entries from there to take you down all the way up there. Let's look at H1. Yeah, it actually may all come all the way down below. It may come all the way down below here. So meaning you could wait for around 3 p.m. there. You may have your entries for another entry for this asset for buy opportunities. Let's look at M15. M15 is overbought, and yeah, it is overbought, but it's confusing. I would wait for this to close, H1 to close and give me a high, then I can use fib to understand where I should anticipate my retracement from, and then that's where I would actually wait for my entries after it has finished retracing on H4. That would be H4 retracement, but H1 it still has some bit move buying, then it later sells because it has to go to oversold or probably fail to go to oversold and retest from this level where it is currently, because it is reaching 0% there of CCI, which is also a retracement level if we are using CCI. All right, I think that's it. Hey, even Luis made money. Congrats, Luis. Congrats. So now let's jump to V75 on that level. Like I said, V10 before. Let me just conclude this. V10. You wait for retracement on H4. Those who have not made money yet, wait for retracement on H4, and then probably on this order block here. This is the most important I'm seeing. Of course there is this, but I don't think it will come all the way back to this level. I'm not seeing it coming back all the way to this level. I'm seeing it retesting from that and then going back into the buys. So we wait for this to happen, and then you guys can make your entries. But of course, if it gives you a sell entry, you know how we do it. You can make money both ways. Sell it and then reach here, buy it. You've seen me do it sometime. So it's all possible, but you need to know how you manage your risks. Risk management is very crucial here. All right, so that is how I can summarize V10. Now let's jump to V75. V75. Let's jump to V75. Volatility 75. Okay, so volatility 75. My buys are still on. Those who remember yesterday, the anticipation was for price to come back here, and then we make our entries, and it did exactly that. It is, I may call it a sniper entry. If I go to H4, that is what I'm meaning there. So those who remember yesterday's analysis, we anticipated this move here, and actually I sold it. I think I even sold it. Let's see, oh, my sell was taken out there. I had my tight stop loss there, so it was taken out, the sell, and later on it sold all the way down below here after taking me out there, because my stop loss was very tight. I didn't want to risk it to take it all the way up there, so it was taken out. But look at what happened later. Sold and activated my buy limits where I had put them. Those who remember, I had put my buy limits here. Why? Because I was anticipating this to be a right shoulder on the left. You can see it even exceeded it to come to the level of the head, and then later on, look at what happened. After doing that, the next candle, it was an engulfing one. It engulfed the previous candle, and then the buys went ahead. So what are we looking at currently? What are we looking at? So this is H1. We have okay, so H1, this is a low. It gave us that high, so we may have a pullback. We may have actually we are having a pullback. It's not that we may have some. So if that is a pullback that is happening after giving us a new high there, so we are looking at what we are looking at returning to this level. Yeah, this is a level that is most likely to return back to. It's the level that is in discount, and it's an order block because we don't have any fair value gap down below. So we may look at this previous order block here. So meaning whatever, if you guys want to make an entry, you should look at making an entry around this level. So it means I may just pull back my stop losses, which are already profits, just a bit below. If I want to keep holding my trades here, so just put them there, and then I can leave it to come down, and then I will make other entries here if I want. And most of the times I want to maintain my 3 positions in a trade, in an asset. All right, so that's it for V10. V75. There's no, unless if you guys have a question, you can just type it in the chat, and I'll be able to check it out, and I'll be able to answer it or respond to it. If you have a concern, if you have an addition to what you're seeing probably on your side, you can just let me know it. For now, the software, the function of allowing guests in this kind of software system I'm using, it was disabled, so that's why I'm unable to invite some of you guys to be my guests on this live stream. But once it is sorted out, I'll be letting you know, guys. So yeah, that's it. All right, so now let's jump to, as I wait for your comments, if anyone has a comment, you can put it in the comment section. As I wait for it, let me go to V50. So V50, it broke out, and we can clearly see a retest. Those who remember yesterday's analysis, so we can clearly see a retest, but this will be a short buy, so I may not enter it after all. Because it may react from that level like we planned and then come down. This may be a manipulation. Those who remember what I said, this may be a manipulation to take you here and then later on sell. So I would be waiting for this is H4. H4 is oversold, overbought. D1 daily we are selling according to CCI, so we may go up there to complete our lower high there, and then later on come to sell, because we've been making lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we are currently looking for a lower high there, and then later on sell. So I may not make an entry here, because I think last night I made it. Let me see, should have made an entry. Yes, I made an entry. I had to put my tight stop loss there, and it was taken out, but it first went into profits. Later on it came, took me out, and then started to buy again. So I wouldn't risk it again to make an entry. I would actually right now leave it. It gets there, then probably I may put my one sell limit there. Yeah, I can put my one sell limit. I'll add the rest once it has started to get into sales, but we are looking at that actually happening. We may not see it actually reach there. There's a possibility of it not reaching there, because if you can see the previous TP, those who remember, we took that trade to hit the TP there. Those who remember, this was a trade, we took that, we hit TP, and then market started to fall down, because this was a previous a break of structure according to H4, previous break of structure according to H4. So it reached that level, came down, and it has reached that same level again the second time, actually the third time. This is the third time now reaching that level. So you can clearly see that what is happening there, and now these are not needed anymore. You can clearly see that it's sort of a resistance level. So if it breaks it, it's going to just be a manipulation to take the profits and then later on sell. So we don't want to risk on this kind of trade. I'll just leave it to mature, and then I can make my clean entries when I'm not risking, because market is here to stay. I'm not in a rush to make money. Alright, so we leave this for now, and I will be checking it out probably before this week ends. It may have given us a proper buy or sell entries, and then we can make our entries there. So this, I'm leaving it. Now we jump to V25, jump 25. Jump 25. Jump 25. So jump 25, we made a lot of money. Yesterday, those who remember, entry was here, and it was a sniper entry. It was a sniper entry. I had put my buy limits here. Those who remember, in yesterday's session, I had put my buy limits here, and they were activated. They were activated. One of those entries, I've already closed it in profits there. This morning I closed it in profits, and currently the other one is still in. The other entry is still in. Now there's something I'm seeing. Something I'm seeing here. I don't know. This is an order block. It is reacting to. Yeah, it's reacting to that fair value gap, and it's now becoming a resistance level. So it means according to H1, we are currently selling, and if we are selling, this would be our low here that gave us that high. That is our low that gave us that high. It means if I was using Fibonacci here, I mean Bollinger, it means I may see price come back again down below here. And if I'm using H4, actually price will be coming all the way down here to this very level that we had anticipated before. So that said, that said, it means we may wait for our buy entries, other buy entries on this level. We just put one. This is what wants to blow my account. 0.2. Just use that. So just put one there. Just for now, I'll add the rest if it comes all the way back here. But then it will take me out on my profits there. The sell is already in profits on that level. If it comes down below that MA, then it will take me down, take me out, and then it will continue. Probably now it will be aiming at this order fair value gap on H4 here for the buy entries. All right, I think that's it. I can now delete that. We will come back to it. I can leave it. Let's just leave it. Just leave it. Let's use even this one down below here. Yeah, if I use sorry guys, I was using the law that was not supposed to be. This is the law that is supposed to be. This is a lower law supposed to be used. So we're looking at that now. It's coming here. That's why we are taking our buys. Yeah, it's now confirmed. So this will wait for that to be taken out. I can even close it. I think we can even close it. Yeah, let me close it. Let me close my entry there, and I take my profits. Now I will wait for this entry, this here. I may not enter sales currently until I have more clarity, probably on M15. That's when I may enter my sales, but now I want to leave this trade alone and wait for a clean entry. So this is jump 25. We're now waiting for the sell to take us down below. If we have an entry, a clean entry, then we will enter. If we don't, we will wait for the buys to come to this level, because in the long run we are looking for buys according to D1, and according to weekly we are buying. According to D1 and according to weekly we are buying. So this will be just a pullback to make us continue for the buys. But then sometimes this may not happen still, just because it had already given us this pullback on H4. We may not see it happen on daily. So we just have to wait. If it goes beyond this level, if it goes beyond this level, then you want to make your entry after it has broken that level there. Yes, that's another overview there. Once it breaks that level, then you want to wait for a retest back to where it has broken that level from, and then you make your entry as usual. You know how we do that. Alright, so I want to leave this for now and go to another asset. which will be now boom 500. Any comments yet? All right, we're still good. Boom 500. Boom 500. So boom 500, those who remember yesterday, the analysis was to bring us all the way down below. We made that money. Was it yesterday when we made this money? When we made that money, then yesterday again I entered that after going back inside the channel there. I made that entry, and then it came back for my stop loss, which was already in profits, and took me out here. So currently you can see it is still consolidating. Now I would just leave it because it is in the channel, and let's see, this is what H1, that is it is a sort of a flag. Sort of a flag, but then the flag, its tip is very its tip is just going to bring you here. That's where the TP is going to bring you, on that order block there. So wait for it to come down here and make your entry. Let's see, you put 0.5, and I wait for it to come down here again, just with my one entry, so I don't want to risk it. And I'll be making my profits. Just like that. It's a horizontal line. It's a block of structure. Okay. So I'll be making my TP. TP will be around 7577, and the SL will be around 7502 modify. So that's what I'll be looking at. I'm not going to change it. Let me see what will be my profit. 33. I want it around there. So I want my profit to be, yeah, just make it 35. And I'll just leave it there and risk it what, $4. Yeah, let me risk that. So that's what I'll be waiting for. If it fails, then it will continue there, and I will not lose anything, unless if I'm not on the market to cancel this buy limit. But yeah, if it fails to come down below and it breaks immediately, then it will go to that level and then later on come down. All right, so this is boom 500. It is in the channel. Those who consider it is in the channel, and we know that it will continue to be in the channel until it breaks out this other side and go to this. We are looking at this as our level of retracement and then later on actually we continue selling. Oh yes, and then later on we start the buys according to H4, but those buys will be a retracement because looking at H. Okay, this was the analysis. I've remembered. The line I've just taken out, the one that was here. This was the analysis. According to H4, we bring price here. According to H4, we bring price here. Once it reaches here, then it bounces off back here, and then when it reaches there, or according to daily, we get back into sales because we're supposed to be selling, and even weekly we're supposed to be selling. So this will be like looking ahead for heads and shoulder, looking ahead for a heads and shoulder, early heads and shoulder, and that this level will be sort of a neckline. And being an order block, we'll be looking at it, taking our money here, and then later on we go into that level again to give us a clean entry for the sales, because we cannot have sales currently when H4 is oversold. Alright, so we wait for that, but of course for now we are in the channel, so we are making money in the channel there according to H1. And according to M15, of course you can see that also it's what is on the ground currently according to M15. Yeah, so the sell is on according to M15, so it may come down and activate my buy limit here, and then take me all the way up there when you look on M15. All right, I think now we can head back to we can now go to jump 10 as we wrap up today's analysis. Jump 10, jump 10. So jump 10, yesterday we saw a breakout. We said according to anticipation we'll be looking for a breakout, then a retest, and currently we have a breakout, but it is also not that a big deal, because you can see the momentum is not that heavy. So we don't see a strong momentum there. So daily we're supposed to be buying, yes, we know that. Weekly we're supposed to be selling. Now if that's the case, weekly is a pullback. That's why we are seeing the daily being a buy. So we are trying to make a lower high, a weekly lower high, probably here or there. So meaning H4 currently is selling, but it won't last. On the weekly to finish creating a lower high on the weekly, because the weekly according to CCI we are selling heavily. Okay, so H1 is already selling. It even gave us a double top there, or I'd call it a W. H1 is already selling. Those who want to make entries, you can make when it breaks this level. That's the neckline there on H1. But I want to choose to leave this asset alone. I want to leave it alone, and I will wait for clean entries clean entries that I know I can have some bigger sell on the market. Let's look at that. It's on the support, so it's all these points too, so it's going to do a manipulation down below, manipulation down below there. So it's coming for this, it may come for this, comes here, and then we see this, we see that happen. Then delete whatever I deleted, then delete that. So now I wait. Right now I have to wait for whatever it's going to happen. I have to wait. Probably now that I know we may see that manipulation, yeah, now I may wait for a sell on H1. I may wait for a sell on H1, though I don't normally love entering on H1 because it's a snitch, like I've already said. I will just this time I will make an entry and I'll take my profits all the way down below here. I'll take my profits all the way down below. So wait for breakout here. Then if I don't see a retest, then I don't have an entry. If I don't see a retest, I have no entry here. I have no entry here. If I don't see a retest, I will not have an entry at all. So I wait for something like this here. All right. Do you guys have a question? Let me see. No, we don't have a question. So now I want to do a recap on what we've seen all through since we began. So I can remove this. Now we go back to crash 500. We see okay, so the pullback has not happened, so it's going all the way up there. So no, we don't have an entry there. So until we see a pullback, then we don't see an entry. So like we said, it's going to go back there and then come down, probably come to this level here to activate our buy limits. V10, boom 1000, it's now going to finish probably the other leg. To finish, I don't know how we can call it. It's an angle, another angle, or whatever you want to call it, on this other side. Then you see the buys come in. Probably it's going to give us a double bottom, so we are anticipating that. If it doesn't do that, I should put my stop losses, by the way, before I can forget, so that I don't risk blowing my account there. All right, so that's it. This is what, 0.5. what, I'm supposed to use 0.2. okay, that's a mess. That's a mess. Anyway, to hold. All right. So that is boom 1000. That's what we anticipated. Later on, we come for the buys. Like I said, you guys, you want to enter when price breaks this neckline. Please follow that. Don't follow what I'm doing down below here. So we're looking for sniper entries here, but you guys, you have to follow the breakout on this neckline here. Breakout, then retest, then make your entries as usual. You know how the drill is. All right, V10. V10 is actually continuing. It's not retesting yet. It hasn't given us a new high. If it gives us a new high, then we'll be looking for entries on this other order block here. So it's still in a buy. My buy still holds. already profits, and this one this one is coming down. This is coming down. This is what? This is V75. Like we said, you can anticipate a new entry on this order block. New entries for the buy on V75. Then V50. V50, we are looking at entering sales once price gets to that level. But like I said, it is still within this kind of an ascending triangle, and it's still pushing down and up, or using this trend line below as a support, and that level there as a resistance. And you can see it's a straight line. You can see it is a straight line there. The highs are giving sort of a straight line there, which will in end show us sort of an ascending triangle, and meaning it will give us a breakout there to respect that, but later on enter sales, because on a higher time frame, D1 and weekly, we are selling. So that's why we are looking for sales. Jump 25, that is what is happening. We're waiting for that, and we said you guys can actually now, you can actually look for your entries probably when it breaks that level. Yeah, when it breaks that level there on H1, you can make your sell entries to take you here, and then later on enter your buys on that order block. Actually, that's fair value gap on H4. Boom 500 is for it. You guys can leave it, but for now, where it is, I'm looking for entering buys on this level. If it activates my buy limit, then I'm good, and then I'll take my profits up there. Jump 10 until it breaks that. I will make my entries for the sell, then later on enter my buys on that level, just like you've seen down below. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. If you have a question, please let me know in the comments section so that I can respond to it. But always remember, these are not taken out. You can always come back to check and see if actually what we've analyzed is going as we planned it, don't forget that at 1, those who love BTC, at 1 we are coming back. Today is a Tuesday, so we are analyzing BTC at 1. Probably we will be done in 30 minutes because 2 p.m. is too long. 1 hour is too long for us to analyze only one asset, so probably I will have to change the time, 1 to 1:30, and we are done with BTC. So at 1 p.m. we are coming back for the analysis of BTC. I'll be sharing with you the link shortly after. I'll schedule it right away so that you guys are ready and have it in your plans if those who want to join, and we look at BTC together. We look at how we made money. Those who remember, we made some entries on BTC, so we'll be together. That's BTC. We've been making money. In fact, we are still still even yet at another entry there. So yeah, we'll be doing what? We'll be looking at all that at 1 to 1:30. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you at 1.